I was going to ask you real quick. Sorry to go backwards there, but I was we were talking about that the 4 overtime game against Carolina. You brought up the sweep, man. Those games all could have gone either way. You know, like that game could have been a 7-game series. It could have been a 4. It could have been a sweep the other way if the puck bounces. But what I was going to ask you is like you basically played 2 games and some. What were you doing in between the periods? Like just hydrate. Was it becoming a mental battle a little bit, or was it more just?
Yeah, physical? It was. I mean, and then when you get to like the overtimes, the are so quick. Like usually they're 18 minutes, but then when they get to the overtime, it's like I think it's like 14 minutes. So by the time you take your gear off, I mean the coach is coming in, but like you know how like sometimes you get pizza after a game or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like so the pizza was cold, but I was just like I was starving. So I was eating the cold pizza. And then I was having, what was I having? I think I was having Gatorade Bull in there mixed in. And then like just anything I could get my hands on just to kind of find that little ounce of energy. But I wasn't, I was just like skating around. I couldn't even hit anymore. Like I'll have to send you a picture of the bruise I had from that game. I'll send it to you and you can do whatever you want with it.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think it was Brett Pesci ended up hitting me in like the 3rd overtime. Like what? Well, I was like, what are you doing? I can't believe you're hitting me.
Just trying to win a game
here. Hey, let's find one here. Let's get this thing over. And he's just still running around. I'm just like, you're crazy.
I think we were talking about that as well. Like before you came on, like, man, that winning that game or losing that game.
Oh
like, what a feeling to win that game, and even going into game 2. Like if you lose that first game, man, like I know you still have plenty of time left, but God, what a deflating loss.
Oh yeah,
could be. I'd rather just lose 30 seconds into overtime.
Oh yeah, then go in the distance.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But you guys
couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah,
those are the games though that you want to be on the right side, so you remember them. You know what I mean? Like you're right. Like I would have like if we lost that game, I would have just lost it 7-0 and coasted through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like you put your ball. Like I remember waking up that night. I think I went to bed at like 4:30 that night because like you get home, you get back to the hotel, you ride the bike or whatever you got to do, and then you get back to the hotel. And then the meal. I mean, the meal has probably been there for whatever, a couple hours.
Yeah.
Well, you just somehow find a way to eat it, and then you get into the bed, and you know how after games it's really hard to sleep and all that caffeine and stuff. But I mean, you lay in bed for probably another 45 minutes, and I remember getting in the hotel, and then like finally, you know what? It might have been 5. It might have been 5 a.m. that night, just cause you got to do what you got to do after the game and. But those are the games that you'll remember. It's just so fortunate to be on the right side of them because you remember them a little bit sweeter when your career's all said and done.
Yeah, they're probably hard to bounce back from if you're on the other side of it. You talk about an emotional toll it takes on you. Like, well, it's both ways, but it's definitely on the losing side of that. That's got to take the wind out of your sails big time.
Yeah, especially at home too, right?
Yeah,
that's at home for them. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. The fan. I don't even know if I remember looking around. A couple of fans were leaving, but other than that, it was still pretty busy. Like it was 1:30 in the morning or whatever it was. I can't remember it was. I
couldn't go to sleep. I watched the whole game.
The games start later in the playoffs too, right? At 8:10 or 8:15 or whatever. So.